What's going on, everybody? No, it's been a while, but we've been busy doing boring stuff. Just hay deliveries. There's not much this time of the year. We just serviced up all the equipment. Just fuel oil, blow out the air filters, clean it up, and basically it. Just about everything serviced. So we got the planter in the shop. We got a lot scheduled for this piece of equipment. We're doing all these upgrades just because we would like to see if we can get some more custom work. You know, I don't know, I enjoy planting. It's kind of fun. It's satisfying. I think it's more satisfying to watch it grow, but anyways, it all starts with planting. So what we got on the list for this, as we get into it, first thing, this tire was going soft ever since I bought it, and it was soft. We blew it up, and a day later it was soft, and then we, you know, drove it down here and it popped right off. So we got to get that off. I think, yeah, I got to figure out how to take that off. The other tire is good. I mean, it's brand new. So yeah, but we got that. We got, oh no, is the lens a little scratch? Give me a second, I'll clean that up. So I think it's all good now. Sorry about that. It's been a minute. I'm a little rusty on this camera operation. Anyways, what we got for the planter, upgrade wise, pretty much last year for the most part it was you know, good planting. Once we got into some really heavy residue, we were having problems, we think, with keeping the unit in the ground at speed. So this year what we got, usually we have the 1.5 bushel boxes, and they have the option to have an insecticide box right behind it. So we're gonna do that. I got the brackets and the platform and the hardware for those, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get I don't know, like a $5 bin from Walmart, put it on that, and put, I don't know, lime or sand.
Seed bags.
Or
put the seed bags in the boxes.
We could, but they might not be heavy enough. We're going for density. So get that in there, so we get more down pressure on the row units. You know, we could do, or we have the double spring heavy downforce that says it does 100. No, well, it goes 0. I think it's 100, 200, and 400. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure 400. But at 4 row units, 400 pounds, that's 1,600 pounds. I don't know if our planter is actually that heavy to put that downforce on the row units. You know, if we're full of fertilizer, different story. But that's one of the things. So insecticide boxes, platforms on the row units. You know, make it a little harder to get into, you know, depth and stuff, but I think it'll be worth it. Keep the row units in the ground. Second thing on the list for this planter is, well, we already did it. We took the row markers off. As you can see, basically it was just a couple pins, pulled the hydraulic cylinders out, but now we got to figure out, I think if we just cap these, stick them back in the frame, put the pin back in to hold it, we should be good. If anybody knows, leave in the comments if there is just a flat like frame end cap for this, because we are losing, you know, 6 inches out here. Once we take, you know, this is the farthest bracket for the hydraulic cylinder. This is the farthest, you know, piece out. We're trying to get as narrow as we can for road transport and getting through fields and not catching trees, wiping all that off, or wiping all that out, not off. So if we could get that flat. We did take the lights off. I think if I flip this and then I'll flip this top piece around, we should be able to make that in just a little bit, so we're a little narrower and can fit through, place a little tighter, not have such a tall, you know, interference, be so bulky, trying to stay nimble. Not necessarily super light, but, you know, nimble. So tire, insecticide boxes, row markers off. We're gonna bring that in, just the lights. Third thing on the agenda is the row cleaners. So we got row cleaners for this unit. We got the Yetter, what do they call it? Twisters? I think the Yetter Twister wheels. So we got the brackets and the wheels and the hardware for all that. So as you can see there, just for that residue, we are, you know, this is a no-till. I'm not sure if it is a conservation. The salesman said that it is heavy like that. It doesn't have like the no-till coulters, but he said it, you know, since it has the heavy-duty downforce, that it is a or what is it, conservation. But it's not like one of those 7000s that are super heavy and a lot of, you know. But anyways, we're gonna get the row cleaners on. Hopefully that will keep the trash. We can open up the trash row before planting and then be able to close it a little better, not get as much trash down in the seed trench, so that we keep it a little cleaner, keep it a little, you know, better seed to soil contact. I like the closing wheels. We have the one smooth, one spiked wheel. That was doing a good job last year, so I think for the most part we're set there. But that's, what was it, number 3 on the agenda for this planter. Yeah, number 4, I think the biggest thing here is in-furrow kit. We got I think it's a 100-gallon tank with a pump stack from SurePoint Ag. So what we're gonna do here is in-furrow fertilizer. So we're gonna put, you know, hopefully some of the micros and some, you know, P&K in the seed trench, get it right next to the seed where we can, you know, that seed can get going, get popped right out. Pop up is what they call it sometimes. And we'll get that right in there. So we'll run some of the micros, some of the stuff that's seed safe, and then the nitrogen, we're gonna keep the 2x2 for now. And we're gonna run nitrogen through those in the ground. I'm not sure, I know some guys do a dribble, like along, you know, it's like a 2 over. I don't know if it's a 2, just a 2. But it's just the dribble out, you know, in front of the closing wheels. You know, just dribble it on there. I'm gonna do a little more research. We got a lot of time, you know, a lot of stuff to do on this, so we're gonna see on that. Y'all leave it in the comments if you guys do that, or if you like putting it in the ground, knifing it in with the wheels. So anyways, yeah, so that's that. And with that tank set up, we have to put these hoses where they're supposed to go, down in the frame and come up through. So I always question that. I'd ask the sales rep, you know, when we got this, you know, if we can run the hoses down through, because I mean, it's all set up, you can see in there, you know, where they're supposed to run. Get them out of the way. Maybe put this, I think, yeah, there's no, here maybe that would fit, but get that up there so the hoses are out under, and then we're gonna put that tank on here. It should fit. I think we got to fab up some brackets to mount it, and do all that. You know, obviously still want to make this pump available and able to adjust and all that. So that's that. Now with the in-furrow, the controller, we have a controller through the Isobus system now. So the controller on that pump stack is going to be wired in, that I can control it on the monitor for the planter, because this planter does have the Isobus hookup for the John Deere seed rate monitor to, you know, tell you if each rows are planting. Doesn't have its individual monitor, tells you the vacuum pressure and that stuff. So that is another fun thing. We got to make sure all the electronics are talking and the wiring is right and all that. So it's gonna be fun. We got that pump stack, and then we got this big box of stuff. Oh, a lot of paper. Jeepers, they must have killed 5 trees to get all that. Yep, so as you can see, all of the wiring, control modules, wiring modules. Oh, nice. But yeah, it should be all set to run. They said they've done it before. I'm sure they have. But you know, obviously SurePoint, you know, they've said, you know, any problems, give us a call. So it's been good working with them so far, but we'll see. We haven't dug into the project yet, so it should be all good. They said if we have the wiring harness on the planter, which there is quite a few empty ends to plug in there, we should be good. So that's kind of, I think that's everything. You know, we should be good. As for other maintenance, we only put 300 acres on it last year, I think 360, we'll say 400. So you know, we're good on the scraper. I'll check, you know, the wheels, the opener disc, slipping on my terminology, and yeah, see all that, you know, the general stuff. And then yeah, we didn't go with hydraulic downforce just because it's pretty expensive. I think it was like, we looked through Ag Leader because that's who our, you know, we already have on the system for them, and I think it was like 10 grand for 4 rows, which is crazy. But I think it was 10 grand for the 4 rows, and we were looking at the E-drives also for that. They basically just plug on here, same meters, same rest of it, and it would have been like 15 for the both. So we'll see how this year goes, if we can get enough custom work that, you know, maybe we'll make that work. But because I do love planting, and there's so many upgrades that I'm a big upgrade guy, and you know, you gotta stay up with the up-to-date times and everything. So yeah, but I mean, hopefully this planter will last us for a while. We're not upgrading to a 6-row or an 8-row anytime soon, I don't think, because we're just so tight around here that the 4-row's nice. The auto steer, you know, we can plant like we're, you know, a 12-row, but I mean, obviously not quite as, you know, done in one pass. So anyways, that's that. We are keeping the manual for the nitrogen for now. We could always change that over too, but I think we're gonna stick with what upgrades we got this year. I think, what was the total? 4 plus 5, you know, just all the general, you know, check up, make sure everything's set, and good for the next year. So yeah, that's everything. If y'all got any questions, any recommendations, we are kind of trying to keep this as a general setup planter, because some fields are tilled, some fields are not tilled, some fields are a foot of weeds. So yeah, we're trying to keep it that can all work. You know, we don't have the air downforce on the wheels. Because of that, we don't have air on the planter. So there's still plenty of upgrades. If you guys have any experience, as I've said before, with any upgrades that you definitely recommend, leave it in the comments. You know, I definitely want to, obviously if we're doing this for custom, we want to do this right and do the best job that we can. I'm also seeing now that we got like a rip in the vacuum, so I'm gonna have to pull that back a little bit, or if that's just the exhaust, that might just be the, but anyways, we'll see those things along the way. And yeah, y'all keep in touch. We're gonna try to document this upgrade series, and we'll try to get videos coming out. Just been,
This video will come out today.
Today
is January 26th.
Yeah. So we'll try to be better, and hopefully the season gets
More exciting.
more exciting. It's still January, so we're still in the cold, but hopefully pretty soon here we'll get going on the fence project that Hannah's so excited for. 2.5 miles of fencing.
Bye.
Anyways, we'll see you in the next one once we get working on this. So we got 2 other things I forgot to add. We got a wireless backup camera system.
Oh, wireless?
Well, from the, it needs power to the cameras, but I can just run power off the lights, and it has a screen, so the camera, we don't have to run special camera cables. So I'm gonna put, my thought is, have one, you know, once we get the insecticide boxes, if I can have one that kind of looks across, you know, the back here, so I can see if we're building up any mud or dirt on the closing wheels. Maybe hopefully some of the packer wheels, but we'll see, you know, how wide the camera angle is. So that's another thing we're gonna put on, and then we also got a light kit. It's for just to light up. We do a lot of planting at night, obviously.
Yeah,
with
he
the
says it's for practical reasons, but it's
hey,
really
let me give them the practical reasons
really
first.
Just because it'll look really cool.
Let me give the practical reasons first. So the practical reasons are we can put it underneath the insecticide boxes once we get that on, and then we'll be able to see at night, you know, the road cleaners from that camera. And then also, I think, how many did I get? 10? I think. Oh.
It was one.
No, they were 20 bucks. I think they were 20 bucks a piece, and I think it was 200 bucks for those. So I think that's 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cheap. You know, 200 bucks for lights. You know, here we try. Because I also wanted lights under the front so I can look from the tractor, make sure I'm not getting any buildup, especially in front of the road cleaners. Make sure those are all set right. You know, see, you know, with the varying conditions, you know, see how that goes. But yeah, so I think I got 8 for the back of the row units, 8 for the, for the back, the front, and then I got 2 to put on underneath the tank so that I can turn it on and see what level of liquid the tank is a lot easier. I think I'm gonna see before if I put one here, one there, or put one on the infrared tank, or if the infrared tank has you know, a gauge letting us know how much is in it. But that's the last 2 things that we got. So what was that in total? 5, 7?
6 or 7 things.
6 or 7 things that we're gonna do to change up this planter. And besides that, hopefully it's all good. So we're gonna get to work.